Well, that's what I want to show you next. And I've cleared my screen out, and I'm going to start from here. See where it says body? I'm going to right click, and I'm going to press edit the body tag, and here is where you could change the color of the screen. So see where it says background color? You could make it that color. You press select and you press OK. Now this screen doesn't automatically change colors, but watch. First of all, like we always do, I'm going to save it, and I'll call this the background example. Okay, and when you preview it, there it is, that color. Okay, so now everything you do is in that color. But is that good enough? No. What we can do next is you can change it so that it's a picture instead. Now here's the funny thing about that though. So you got to be careful. Watch what's going to happen. I'm going to right click, edit body tag, and it says background image, and I'm going to pick a picture. Let's pick the car. And we'll press OK, and we'll preview. Oh my God. What has happened is that the images have tiled, which means that instead of just showing me one picture, it repeats a million times. So you got to be careful when you have backgrounds that are pictures. You want either a huge picture, or there's other little tricks that we don't learn in grade 9 where you can use what's called a cascading style sheet to make the image look only once or something. So like, is there a better picture? I don't know. Let's see. I think I do have a background that does work reasonably well. I'll right click, and let's see, what's that one? Nope. That one wouldn't be bad, I guess. Let's press, or is there even something better? Let's see. So that one probably is our best one. Okay, so I'm going to go with that one right there, and I'm going to open it, and then press OK, and look at it. So that's a decent background. Kind of weird in a sense, but that's a reasonable looking background that you could use in your program. Right. The last thing I want to show you is a problem that happens when you have backgrounds. Because when you use a background with color, and I'll pick something fairly generic in this example, okay, and then you add a picture to it, you got to be careful. All right, so first of all, I'm going to save again, and I'm going to save it where my pictures are. So see right here, these are all my pictures are, and I'm going to do this, call it back to, second example of background, and right now it looks like that. I'm going to add a picture, and I'm going to add this one right here. Let's see what it looks like. Doesn't look bad, but you notice that white around it? Every time you draw a picture, it has white around it. So like, how do you fix that? Well, there's this thing where you make things transparent. All right, and there's several programs that'll do that. On our school computers, we have a program that's from the Adobe family, and I'm going to load one here at my home computer, and it's Fireworks. And I think we've shown you how to use it before, and I'm going to start it up again. And I'll show you how you can take that picture of the globe that has the white around it and make it transparent. So this only works with GIFs. If it's a JPEG, you can't do this. So you're going to have to watch. Now, GIFs are usually cartoons, and JPEGs are usually like real pictures of things. So let me just show you how you would do this. So what you would do is you'd have to go and find that picture first of all. So I'm going to work my way down to where that picture was, and it was the picture called World. Okay, now when you load it in, you're going to see it's going to have some white around it. See that little white around it? So what you do in this program is you go to File, Image Preview, and it says it's a GIF, and it says no transparency. So what we're going to do is we're going to put index transparency on it. And now there's almost like a little checkerboard behind it, but it's definitely transparent. You press Export, and we're going to call this one New World. I don't think I have anything called that. Okay, and now we're done with this program. So I'm going to get out, don't need it anymore. And I'm going to go back to this program, and we'll put a couple of BRs in here, and I'll get the picture again. But this time not the world picture, but the new world picture. And where is it? So there it is right there. Preview it, and you notice now how I got rid of that white so that it blends in. Okay, so that's kind of a neat trick that you need to understand too when you're doing graphics. Okay, so a bunch of different ideas that I showed you today, a little bit longer than usual. Let me just do a little recap to finish up. Basically, what we did today is go through a bunch of different ideas related to web pages. Now I've got a bunch of examples on your computer that you can go through yourself. I'm just going to go through a couple just to reacquaint you with some of the ideas I taught you today. So first of all, we started off and look at that, what is a simple web page, and then we talked about this. We got big long lines. You think that whatever you've typed in is going to come out like that. You look at it and you go, what the heck happened there? They're all stuck together. So then I taught you that because of the way the computer works. So what we did next was we said, okay, if you want to do a program where you actually do this line and then go down a line, you add these things called BRs. That makes the computer go down a line. Then what we did is we talked about the different kinds of headings you can have. And we looked at a number of examples, and we have big headings, small headings, and we had that HR. And here are all the different combinations. You can go from super big to super small, H1 all the way to H6. Then you can do things like center, underline, that kind of stuff. And we looked at the different formatting you can do. So you can have bold, italic, you can center stuff, you can underline. Okay, you can't have blinking anymore. Blinking's annoying. It used to be available. All right. Then we went from there and looked at what we call the lists. So you could do things like have these little things called bullets. So there's an example here called list 1. I'll just quickly show it to you. All right. So you can do these things with bullets. You can do things with numbers. These things with bullets are called unordered lists. Those are called ordered. And there's the code. You have that UL and the OL. Okay. After we did that, we started saying, okay, let's do some stuff that's fun. Let's do some graphics. Okay. So we looked at a couple of different pictures, and we'll start off with this one. Okay. And there's basically two kinds of images you can have when you do a web page. You can have like a real picture, that's called a JPEG, and you can have a cartoon kind of picture, that's called a GIF. All right. Now, when you do stuff like that, you can make things have borders. You can make things have words to the side of them. Okay. Now, those things are called alignment. So, right in the image, you can also do an alignment. And if you're saying, sir, I don't remember doing that one, what you do is to do that kind is you pick the advanced one. And in that one, you still look for a picture, all right? And then you can add the alignment here, all right? After we did that, we took a look at what we call links, okay? And we took a look at basically the main kinds of links. And there are links where you go to someplace on the internet, you go to a different document, and you can go back to it, all right? So those are the easier kinds of links. So there's internal links and external links. Then we finished off with taking a look at how you can put colors on your screen and then have them be transparent. So we looked at a couple little programs related to that. Okay, so let me just finish off with that one actually. Okay, so we took a look at how you can have a background color and we add something there. All right, so that's the basics of how we use HTML, Hypertext Markup Language. Now, what we're going to do in our next lesson is recap these ideas and then show you a professional program called Dreamweaver, which hides all this little code from you. And you're probably going to be happier with that than using this, but it's nice to have a rough idea what's going on underneath when you do the computer programs for web pages.